BJ, top of the day, loved one. Uh, Glad you was able to touch the channel. Got an important topic that was requested, and one of the young homeboys wanted us to see can we touch it on epilepsy, on seizures, homie. One of his lady friends that I guess he had started messing with. He find out she had she have seizures, and she had a seizure on him. So he wanted to know, can we kind of collaborate from a street point of view of it, man? So before we dive into content, I'm gonna pass the channel on to you.
Top of it too, bro, and I appreciate you, man, and apologize for my disappearance, but I got a new job, so I've been working hard all day, but it's good. Anyway, peace and blessings to everybody. Thank y'all for joining us today, and today is another good one. Today this topic is kind of important because we try to do things like that's important for the world, for the listeners to listen to. And today's subject is about seizures. The reason we talking about seizures is because the little homie that sent word in, he having a problem with seizures right now, and as we all know, outside of us growing up in these communities, a lot of us have been around people with seizures. My pops died of a seizure. But before I go any further, let me explain to you what seizures are. The correct word for seizure is called epilepsy. And epilepsy means a recurrent disorder of the nervous system characterized by seizures of excessive brain activity which causes mental and physical dysfunction, as convulsions and unconsciousness, etc., etc. Now, from my experience of dealing with seizures with my father, most of the time his seizures came was if he drunk too much or if he got stressed out. And a lot of people don't know that seizures is like like a stress activity. Like if you get too excited, you might have one, or you might get too mad at somebody and get too pumped up. It causes a certain brain activity in your brain to active where it causes you to have a seizure. And most times when people come back from having a seizure, they don't even remember what happened. Like whatever happened that day before that seizure, they don't remember it. It's a very nasty disease to have, especially as a gang member or an ex-gang member, because it puts you in a situation to where you're vulnerable. Because most times when people have seizures, like when my father used to have seizures, he used to have what they called grandpa seizures, grandma seizures. He could be sitting there, and we'd be talking, and he'd just go out. And when he go out, I wouldn't even know he'd go out until he touched me. He might touch me, and I look over and he'd shake it. For those that don't know about seizures, if you have somebody in your family that have them, please try to pay very close attention to them. Also, try to keep them with some cold water, because cold water, for some reason, it slows the seizure down and keep it from happening. So always try to keep them with some cold water. Also, try to keep a spoon on you, because most of the time when a person has a seizure, you got to turn them on their side if you're there. Turn them on their side, and then after you turn them on their side, take the spoon and put it in their mouth. It keeps them from swallowing their tongue. If you can, try to use a metal spoon, because if you use like a cheap plastic spoon, they might be accidentally chewed on it and swallowed it. So try to use a metal spoon. Those of y'all that have seizures, man, please go to the doctor and try to get as much help as you can and learn about as much as you can and educate the people around you so we can help you. Don't be scared. Don't be embarrassed, because it's something you can't do nothing about. It's a natural born disease. So those around that know people that have seizures, please try to take up a class or something so you can help your loved ones. And we need our loved ones, man, especially like me. I'm getting older. I don't have too many family members left. And that's the reason why when I come on this channel, I talk about different diseases and stuff like that. That's important. Because since I've been in prison, I lost all my family to diseases like heart disease, heart attacks, asthma, all types of diseases. So as concerning people, for our people, we do this channel to give people awareness so they can help others. With that said, man, I really can't tell you too much about seizures, except for what I know. But I do know that it kills. And if you care about your loved ones, pay close attention to them, especially after they came out of seizure. After they come out of a seizure, at least watch them for a whole week, try to let them rest. Because after they had that first seizure, anything that stressed them out could send them into having back-to-back. And that's not a good thing, because every time they have a seizure, they lose their brain capacity and thoughts of what happened the day before. And eventually they'll start losing their memory. With that said, man, I want to send a shout out to all the families that ever lost somebody through having seizures, you know. May my father rest in peace, you know. So take this message as a learning experience, you know, and like I said, take the time after you hear this message to go talk to your loved one and find out what you can do to help them with their seizures. Because you never know who next, who might die next, and this and that. And based on we said it early, you're getting a head start on it. So get on top of it now, especially if they're kids. Their kids really pay attention to them. We love you all, and I'm going to hand it off to Frank. Frank can say what he got to say about the seizures. And, man, this was deep for me. I didn't really too much know what to say, but I did what I could do. I hope that the information that I provided about seizures help you. Also, remember to keep some milk, too. I forgot about that, because my daddy used to like keep the milk around for them seizures as well. I don't know what it does for them, but for some reason it slows the activity down in their body where they won't have a seizure again. So always remember that. With that said, peace and blessings, and I'm handing it off to you, Frank. You know, let them know what you know about the seizure.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones? Welcome to another episode of 89 on Up, with a collaboration with On the Edge with BJ, APB. And today's topic is a special, sensitive topic, homie. Medical topic about seizures, epilepsy. Had a young viewer tap in. Excuse me, I had a young viewer tap in. And he's kind of experiencing this with his new relationship. And he got family members run the street. He know about the street. And like I said, he wanted to know, was me or BJ familiar with seizure episodes? Have we ever known somebody or come in contact or got a hell of a lot of experience with it? And to be totally honest, when I first seen a seizure, I probably was around 13. And I remember moms was dating a dude, and his name was Wes, homie. And I guess Wes had the walking seizures. But I was so, young, immature, and kind of really didn't know the full extent of it. But I did see him and witness having a seizure a couple times. But when I really, really got close to really experience it, and for that to have a major impact on me, was probably like 2012 maybe. And the mother of my twins wind up experiencing episodes of having seizures, homie. And at that time, the wax came out, the herbs, motherfuckers was blowing pins and shit. So with all that in motion and her experiencing the episode, we didn't kind of know what triggered it. Was it the wax? Was it the herb? Was it the pins? We didn't know. And I'm gonna tell you, homie, that's a frightening experience, dog. You know, for one to witness a family member, a friend, someone they care about, a dude witnessing this female, a female witnessing her dude go out on one of them episodes, or your mother, your father, your grandparents, aunts, brothers, to witness that, homie, is hella shocking, dog. And I don't care how many times you around it, you really won't get the stomach for it, homie. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I say, you won't get this, you won't be able to, have the stomach to bear that all the time, dog. We'll do what all we can to comfort that person during an episode, but in the same token, you gonna be frightened out too. You working off of adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be working with adrenaline off that, dog. So, and a nigga did, you know, bust tears, homie. So don't feel like you went weak in front of baby, or this and that, homie. It's love, homie. Take it from, me, BJ, dudes that have been in the street, and I know other viewers and homies that tap in and also comment on this, homie. And it's no need to feel ashamed that a nigga bust tears or tears ran down his face for someone that he care about, experiencing these episodes, these shit seizures, epilepsy, homie. And like I said, a nigga didn't, me, I didn't never get the stomach to handle that shit, but I know what to do to the best of my knowledge doing that. And that's, comforting, talking to them through the episodes, rubbing them, just comforting them and talking to them, and hoping that shorten the time and bring them back to reality, dog. I got my relative, she experiencing that with her son, which is my young relative. So that's something, homie, that's, it's popping up, it's starting to pop up, homie, and it's starting to be shocking to a lot of people, dog. So, like BJ say, homie, we gotta be visual, you gotta be mindful, homie. And we already know that one person can't get too excited or experience too much stress, because it hit us different. Some people will have a seizure, some people will just go into depression. It's numbers, homie, of how stress work on us, dog. But 89 on up, G stuff, not D stuff, homie. We just sending real topic that's starting to hit people in the hood community, homie, and in our era, section, generation, homie. We starting to experience a whole different chapter of life, homie. Also, I want to shout out my relative, Tiffany Tiff Top, one of my first type relatives, homie. RIP BIP to my favorite young relative, Tiff, man, that we lost, due to these type situations, homie. I want to say shout out to my family, shout out to our loved ones, friends, homies, homegirls, everybody that's sending in and pouring in love, homie. And like I said, dog, this is one to grow on, and this is the life that a lot of people that's we reaching these certain age, homie, we either experiencing things, or our odds is witnessing things, homie. So only thing we could do is stay solid, keep with the push, and try to bond more with our family, homie, and create more of a loving atmosphere zone, homie. And might gotta take it back to the beginning times where really wasn't the cell phones and devices, homie. And get to them times where we just shut them off, homie, and just love each other, dog. One love to everybody and everybody that lost somebody, homie, due to these tragic events of life, homie. I want to give a special salute and shout out to my relative Tiff Top. You'll be forever missed in this Inglewood neighborhood, Paru 500 block community from family and friends and loved ones. I forever cherish the moments that we spent coming up as a youth. From blowing herb at the beginning of time to me even getting my hair long like you used to have your crop and me wearing wraps like you, being in competition with my fly against your fly because you had crop too. I'm gonna miss you, really, hearing your sweet, settled voice saying, "What's up, cousin? Everything good with you?" And just pushing that extra extensive love, letting me know that you care about my well being out here in the streets, knowing what type of lifestyle I was dedicated to. I appreciate you. I love you. And will forever miss you. Miss being able to get extra information from you with dealing with life experience with women and all that. Just want to say one love, salute, and we love you. I'm out.